everyone. Happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay. I don't know why I'm being led to do this. I've not done it before. I've never been led to do it before. So there must be a reason for this. I'm going to throw a regular energy for all of us, and then I'm going to do the signs. So you're going to see this before every video, and I'm going to say I'll timestamp it behind me when I'm done, where the actual video starts, so you don't have to watch this for every single video, okay? But I think it's important for some reason, and I think the energies are intense, but you know what? It's just life. We go with what it is, but when we can be better prepared for the things that come up, we don't make mountains out of molehills. We don't say things we can't take back. We don't blow something up when, in fact, we have to, then go back and try to figure out why I did that and hope that something comes back together, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's coming out in the cards too. Okay, we've got Unity is the card, right? And we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Okay, what I really feel here is, for some of you, I want to caution you against making something out of nothing. And don't think I'm discounting something here. I think that for some of you, you've got a little reminder here that you've got valuable things sitting right in front of you, and you may want to tend to those. For others of you, I think you're realizing that, maybe a situation that you're in isn't what you thought it was. You know what I mean? I think for some of you, you've got people coming into your life right now that are going to be valuable assets to you in some regard or another. For some of you, they're romantic relationships. For some of you, they're friendships. For some of you, they're business partnerships. But I think they're a reminder of there's different ways to do things, and you could maybe learn something here. You know what I'm saying? There's an air through here of not kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You may not initially like this person at one time. You know what I mean? Like, their first impression may be something that sets you back, or that you can't really figure it out. It just doesn't sit well. It's not an instant attraction on any regard. But I think that in further, getting to know this person a little better, or maybe watching what they're really doing, or, I think there was someone that I was watching recently, and I could not get past the antics of his mannerism, right? It was just, it was just uncomfortable, but his content was really good. So once I could get past that, initially, had I not stopped long enough to really listen to what he was saying, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy is way too unsettling. His antics were just not, they weren't a good match for mine. So I thought, right? But I sat for a minute, and I was really continuing to listen more to what he was saying than how flamboyant he really was. And I'm glad that I did, because he was a wealth of knowledge. So that is kind of the scenario that I'm going at here. For others of you too, I think that you may have things that have been bubbling under the surface that maybe you haven't dealt with, or again, when we don't deal with the little things, I kind of don't agree with, don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff becomes the big shit that hits the fan when we don't tend to it, right? So these are things where I think some of you have relationships coming in. I think for some of you, I'm going to hit the relationship aspect first. For some of you, I think you may come into contact with someone who's not exactly what you thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, you're wishing and hoping, and whatever that song is, for this particular type of person. They have to look this way and talk this way and right? I think what may show up for you is someone completely different, but it's what you need, not necessarily what you thought you wanted. And I think that it could be something really spectacular. Okay, for others of you, you're being reminded that we're kind of all the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we're kind of all the same kind of people. So you're being reminded of that, and to not. I've got to be honest. I don't have a wonderful feeling behind things that might come up globally this month. I think there's just a lot of unsettled energy. And the issue I've got here really is don't follow false things. If you hear something, check it out. Make sure that it's legit. You know, I have a feeling like the news crews and stuff like that, they're really going to kick up the crazy shit that they're doing anyway, right? So if you're someone who follows the news like it's, you know, whatever, I would be really careful about what you're getting. I'm not saying they're going to be lies or conspiracy theories or whatever the hell it is that they do anyway. I'm not a fan of the news, as you can tell. But I think it's not helping the cause. I think it may divide people and cause really devastating circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I just feel like this kind of energy is kind of like the major things in life, in history that have passed, that have taken place. And they've taken out a lot of people just for having different opinions, just for looking different or acting different or having a different culture or religion or something like that. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit if someone is different? It has really nothing to do with you. But this is where I'm saying on a smaller scale, this could hit your home in the fact that, you know what, you blow up at a partner because you had a crappy day at work, but you say things that you can't take back. You know what I mean? They may be true, but your delivery may not be something they'll forget. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of breaking your leg. It'll heal, but it'll never quite be the same again. And then the person may be afraid to talk to you about things. You could start something here that you can't finish. You know what I mean? So you may just want to be cautious. That's why I'm saying this. You've got the Sun card here. So it's a reminder that, you know what, see the good in someone and ask your peeps, ask your peeps around you. Look, I may not be at my best, so I'm going to do my best to, but just, you know who I really am. Give me a little bit of wiggle room here because I may not be at my best. And I think it's just these energies that are passing through, and they will. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a little bit intense. What I'm feeling is like, again, trying to turn a cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So let the things play out. Really cherish the people that are in your life that are of value to you. Really look at the ones that, I know that sounded terrible, but look at the ones that, you know what, maybe there's an expiration date here that's been presenting itself for a little bit. Because what I feel here is, for some of you, it's taking into consideration the gifts that you've currently got. You know what I mean? And for others of you, it's saying here, if you're staying in something because you're afraid this is the best you can get, you've got something coming in around the corner here that could be something really happy for you. You know what I mean? So we need to let things go when it's time for them to go. And that's what I feel. And I think with the Unity card, what it's coming in here to remind you of is that don't be stubborn in certain ways. Don't let people be stubborn in certain ways. Say things maybe a little bit more simply. We've got, you know, Mercury retrograde. It is a big deal. I find it to be a really big deal. And I know people are saying that we go through this a lot, and we do. But look at the times in your life where you say things or you do things where you're like, what the hell? Was that out loud, and why did I do it? They're big things. You know what I mean? So we can't discount them. So just be conscious of what you're saying. Value the people that are in your life, and take a survey. And it's not just, you know, it's your belief systems too. It's the things you believe in. It's you know, maybe changing things. You know, when you go through your whole life believing something, whatever, and then you come to a point in your life where you're like, you know, I really don't believe this anymore. I really don't want this anymore. I really don't want, you know, I'm evaluating something. Give yourself the space to do that. You know what I mean? Don't poo-poo it or speed over it or not think about it or make that a small thing that can be dealt with later, because that small thing turns into a big thing. You know what I mean? And look at these things. For some of you, you know, the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to you here, it is an actual person for some of you. And it can be a woman. It's not gender specific. But it's like, kind of, you know, don't be, love is blind, but we're also blind to it. You know what I mean? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you've got someone in your life who you really care about, tell them you really care about them. You know what I mean? Don't assume that they're going to be there, you know, in 10 days and they know that I work really hard. They know that I'm never home. Don't assume that that's okay. You know what I mean? They may just not be someone who really speaks up, but you know, you come home one day and there's the note on the table and they're gone. I see things like that happen in these energies. That's why I'm trying to point these things out here. Cherish the people that are in your life. You know, take responsibility for yourself and the things that you do and that you say, and let other people know that they're appreciated. And if you need something from someone else, speak up about it and see where that goes. You know what I mean? I think that it's a time where a lot of things are changing. I think it's a time where if we let go of things that we know we need to let go of, amazing things sit right in front of us, okay? The Sun card here is a yes card. So whatever you're showing up to your reading for, the answer is most likely yes, right? This card, the Sun card, what I'm really feeling off of it is it's kind of like, again, seeing the good in someone, even if they don't see it yet in themselves. You know what I mean? Like someone may need to grow into a better version of themselves, but you see that in them, right? And you're kind of just holding space for this person. I'm not saying be used and abused and not, you know, I'm not saying stay in a situation because you see how someone could be, right? There's a big distinction between that and what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is something that, you know, the relationship isn't there. The person is not, you know, they're not tanked right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not being an idiot now is what I'm saying. They're not disrespecting you. They're not disrespecting the family. They're not disrespecting, you know, whatever it is. I'm saying that they're just not up to par yet, but you see sometimes relationships really are just holding space for each other. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a big advocate of getting stuck on these soulmates and these twin flame things. To me, and how I know our soul evolves, to me, I don't believe in that. I think we have a lot of soulmates. You know, I think we have souls that cross our paths for different reasons at different times. I don't think we have one, but I think that people are looking for that one love, which is already yourself. But to get to know that, it needs to be triggered by someone else. Many different soulmates, right? But some are more intense. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going here. But this is the dynamic where I think we're really going to be seeing things. We're really going to learn a lot about ourselves if we choose to, right? I think for some of you, you've got opportunities also that are going to be sitting right in front of you. Don't be so, what do I say? Don't poo-poo things that could really turn into opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Like explore things. Don't do the hierarchy thing. And that's what I kind of think the Unity card is coming in with, that we're all kind of the same at the end of the day. You can learn things. Like I was giving you that example about that person that I was listening to. He was a wealth of knowledge. He was a little flamboyant though, a little bit more than, so I just had to look away, but I was listening and I got the content that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario that I'm going here, and I think that it's a great month. I don't think it's a month though really to act on things. Like if you're gonna put the kibosh to something or put like a, you know, the end on something, I would wait, because we've got a lot of planets here that are, things may not be what they appear to be. There's nothing, you can't really lose anything by waiting a little bit until these things calm down. All right, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like when a new model of a car comes out or something, they'll always say to you, wait a year to see what the glitches come up in that car, and so that you can get a better version of it. So just sit back and see, but taking what I'm saying and give yourself ample time here to say, you know what, I have worked with this person. I have, you know, I can see a vision here. Maybe we could work together. Maybe, you know, two heads merging something is better than one. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we do things different, but our goal is we have the common goal. You know what I mean? It can be things like that too. So again, we grow through relationships. So this could be on any platform for you. Okay. But I think that there's opportunities here that could so easily be missed, and opportunities here that can't be seen yet because you're under things that need to be cleared out. So that's what I've got for our overall energy. Let's see what we've got here. Hi Virgo, happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay, this, like Leo, it must be the day, is not going to resonate to a lot of people. If If it doesn't, go check out your other signs, or maybe this just isn't a month that these will resonate, but they may, okay? What I feel here for some of you is the cards that you have are the Mystic Circle. Your abilities will be enhanced, and I feel that they will, okay? And you've got Confirmation 2. This is just affirming that whatever it is that you've been asking about, pondering, wondering, the answer is yes, okay? Now, I think that that answer, however your abilities are being enhanced, however your gifts are being enhanced, I feel they really do, again, like Leo, come through your dreams, okay? So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing what you need to do so that you can get sound sleep, okay? And you've got Discovery. And what I feel this is for you in here is higher wisdom, okay? Your heart chakra is open. You're ready to receive this. I feel like it's like you're growing into something. You've been being groomed for something, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting here. I think your life is going to change drastically and in a big chunk, okay? So you've got the Page of Swords, okay? You've got the Chariot, and you've got the Seven of Swords. Okay, what I feel is happening here, again, this is not going to be for everyone, and I know what it's going to sound like. So, again, if you're not into the metaphysics, this is not going to be for you. I feel like, again, I want to read Mystic Circle to you. This card represents spiritual and occult beliefs. Your abilities will be enhanced. You are empowered and protected, and I think that that's important for you to know. Okay, again, I'm going to suggest watch Leo, okay? Focus your energy on your main goal. Don't be distracted. Don't be unorganized. This card has a tendency sometimes to be very unorganized, disheveled, very easily pulled astray by something. You're being asked to keep your eye on the prize here, keep your eye on the goal. I think what's happening here is something that you've been working on. You're being called to do something. I think maybe you didn't feel like you fit in somewhere, or you always felt like there was a bigger purpose or something, or life wasn't like you're, how do I say this? Like you were destined for something different. You couldn't figure out, why do I live here? Why is my life like this? Why? I don't feel like you fit, like you felt like you fit in your skin. And there's a reason for this, because you're going in a different direction here. But things, I think you were being really, how do I say, I never use this word bred. You were being bred to, or, that's the word I'm being told, so I have to go with it. You were being bred to step into a role here. Like your purpose in life is bigger than what you're seeing, okay? So that's kind of where I'm going here. Be organized. Keep your eye on the prize. I think that life until now has been like, yeah, this really doesn't entertain me though. And I mean entertain me as in like, I just don't feel like this fits. I don't feel like this is what I should be doing or where I should be living, or is this really my family? Things like this. I feel like you just don't feel like you were dropped, you know, here, and it's like this is one big joke. Like you don't know where you fit in. You're about to see why that was, right? What you were supposed to be doing was getting organized, asking questions maybe other people wouldn't look at things, see things differently than the average person would see something, right? That's what you're kind of doing here. I think you're wired a little bit different here, and there's a reason for that, right? Trust me, I get how crazy this sounds, but I think that your abilities are going to be enhanced for sure. I think, you know, you're going to, you know, say example was exactly what I just said, you know, is this some kind of cosmic joke? Your answer is yes, because you're here for something bigger, game-changing bigger. And I don't think that you can get that in a brain. Like your brain is not wired this way. This is going to be all through the heart chakra. You're going to feel this. Don't discount, please, your intuitive hits. People are sometimes, we have intuition in our emotions, we have intuition in our body, we feel senses in different ways. You're going to be lit on fire here. And I really feel that a lot of this comes through your dreams. Write things down. Like I just said to Leo, a lot of my gifts in the last month have very much changed, or they're being focused in on this particular reason. I see full paragraphs being written in my dreams, and I hear them as they're being written. So it's a little alarming, but it's also, I get this, but I do this. This is my life. For someone else listening to this, they're thinking, lady, you're out of your mind, right? And I get that that's what that sounds like, but for those of you that are into metaphysics, you still may be a little alarmed by this, but there was a focus needed here, and this is where you're going to be going, okay? But it was needing to get organized, but don't lose your gift on how you perceive things, how you look at things, how you communicate, how you're wired different here. This is a card these are both cards that are often very misunderstood. It's because where the hell do I fit in here? You know what I mean? But you end up being like a protector of major things in this world. And that's what you're being, you were being led to do. I think that your life is going to change here. I think this is a victory card for some of you that aren't into this, or this isn't what this message is for. The Chariot is a success card. It's a card of going somewhere further. It's a card of, maybe really having to push the envelope on something here. But to be honest with you, these two cards very much speak of bigger things. They speak of, no one else really understands me, but you kind of are like here to do something different than the average person would understand, right? It's a lot of frustration though in these two cards of, why do I never fit into anything here? Why are my relationships so tumultuous? Why can't I relate like normal people do? There is a reason for this, and this is a big reason. It's now you get what your mission is here for, and it's bigger love than you could ever imagine, right? That's what it's here for. And I have a feeling that a lot of this comes through, your dreams. You get a lot of guidance through your dreams. I think a lot of your gifts are going to be knocked up very, very to a very high octave. Okay. Again, though, with the confirmation in here, someone may have just needed to see a sign or had asked a question, am I out of my mind, or is this really happening? The answer is yes. Okay. And this is a confirmation to something. It's confirmation. It's an affirmation of something that maybe the first time around had not gone the right way, right? Like it's a positive confirmation. It's not, how do I explain this? We have to go through things first. Again, where do I fit in? Why does this never work? How come I can't find, a partner? Why do these jobs suck? How come I don't feel like I fit in my skin? All of that needed to be gone through before you could get this. This is confirmation to, yes, it was all worth it. And yes, you are here for a bigger plan. And that's what is happening here. Okay. Choose your words. Don't get into arguments with people. Realize that, you may not see eye to eye with people. I think you're kind of like you feel like a, I don't know, like a rebel without a cause, but your rebelness and your cause is something that people can't really understand, but it's a truth that's right for you. Okay. I need to pull another card. Okay. This is also, again, like Leo, always feeling like you're behind the 8 ball. Why does everyone else get to do this and I don't? Why did I not get to do this? It's kind of like you would go through your life thinking, kind of adopting forget it. And you adopt that like martyr mentality where you're like, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. Maybe sometimes we just get tired of having to deal with things and we're like, you know what? Sure, I'll just do everyone else's shit and that's what I'm here to do, right? But sometimes we don't realize that in doing that, we're being prepped all along for something bigger, is how I'm going to say it. I'm not going to be able to find the right words to explain this. You're just going to have to trust me, so that when you hear these things and you notice you've got gifts that, wow, where did this come from? Or this is a little bit different, or You know, it's coming in though because you're open to receive it. It's once we get past that, yeah, we could be a martyr and we could adjust to this for a little bit of time. But during that, our heart is hardened. We're like, what the hell, man? Right? But what happens here when your heart opens, you see the bigger picture here. I can't put this into words. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to just please trust me on this, okay? And if it means nothing to you and you're the people who leave the lovely comments, well, this was boring, then this clearly isn't for you, because you wouldn't be chosen to do something like this. This is for someone that's got a higher mission here. And I apologize. It looks like today's last 4 readings are going to be under this umbrella, and I'm thrilled to deliver them, but I know what they sound like. So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. I want to say this to you, because I know that you get to the 11th hour and you stop, okay? Leo's reading was the same exact way. Don't stop. Persevere. Step through this. Be afraid, but step anyway, okay? This is a game changer reading, so this is what you're here for anyway. In my opinion, in my connection, for me, I don't believe that the zodiac starts at Aries. I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud, but I don't. I think it starts at Virgo, is my personal belief, and it's just how the energy flows for me. I could see this. So if that means something to someone, I hope it does, but that for me right now in my ascension is where I'm at. And I've thought this for a very, very, very long time, that I thought, oh boy, well, I guess I don't need to say it because I'm not getting sick from it. Normally when I need to say something and I don't, I get ill instantly. But I don't know why I'm putting this out here. I hope maybe that it helps someone that is thinking, no, I can't step through here. I hope that maybe it was to help someone step through that 11th hour and not quit. Okay, so there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way.